Guanli Ling, devastating attacks from above. In this DISLYTE, our sponsored thing for the week we do from time to time, we tell you up front, hello everybody, my name's James, and we are playing a futuristic EDM influenced, I guess you would say, 5v5 turn-based RPG with some very neon, pretty-looking graphics. I'm going to rain fiery death down upon you with my arrows. This will hit just about everybody. What's this one all about then? Well, set in the near future, it's based around a kind of urban mythological theme. There's characters from, I think, 4 different ancient mythologies. You'll see some Egyptian gods popping up later on. They're quite impressive looking. And it is all about building your team, leveling your team, giving them relics, giving them additional powers, playing a little rhythm game alongside. Hey, you wanted a little bit of DJ Hero thrown in? Well, you've got it. It's an interesting mixture of stuff, this one. A few elements that I wasn't necessarily expecting. Now, let's just go for a straight attack with you. I'm playing this myself. You can do the whole like autopilot thing. If I hit the little Android button here, it'll start playing itself. I'll just let it finish it off. But you know me, I like to play my games wherever possible. I should say that sometimes when we do these kind of previews, hands-on things, we get early builds of the game, and sometimes they'll do stuff like, hey, here's some additional currency just to like get you started so you can see the full game. They haven't done that here. I've earned all this myself. I've got myself up to level 10. I've earned all these different espers down here. I've leveled them up massively. I've increased their relics. I've done all this myself with no help from anybody. I'm very, very pleased with myself. But how does it work? Here are the espers that I've collected. These are the characters, all of which kind of range from normal to legendary. If I go all the way back here, this is Li Ling, who's my chosen captain, a legendary esper. And so obviously some lovely stats you can see up the side. They're much more powerful and have better abilities than other ones. However, let's hit relics. These are his relics. So these can be inserted, removed, enhanced, replaced, whatever. I can swap them out for different ones if I want to, and then once they're in, I can enhance them. You can see this one over here has the ability to enhance. If I hit enhance and I go to auto enhance, they jump up in levels of 3. Every 3, the relic gets an additional stat thrown onto it. So you can see here it's got hit points now. I've got an SBD plus 2 as well, which I didn't have before. So when I go up to 6, that'll improve it as well. You can see they're grouped into kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. These slots, these kind of like this rectangle and this square, the idea is if you fill up all of them, if you put an esper in every single one, sorry, a relic in every single one, then you get a bonus for having them all looped in together, as opposed to Bryn over here, who has 2 of these, but 2 gaps. We don't have any more left, unfortunately. I need to go and get some more in order to be able to boost that. However, she does have the 2 here, so she's getting the overall pair-up bonus. You can also find when you pull them from the gacha system, you'll be able to get doubles occasionally. So in this case, I've got a Barden and a Barden. Maybe I don't want 2 of them. That's a little bit pointless. So if you go over to his growth and you hit resonance, I can resonate, which means I can take this dude and I can fuse the 2 cards together to make a single one, which is kind of useful. So this is the kind of, you know, behind the scenes, upgrade your characters, yada, yada, yada bit. And you've also got this little guy here, who is a rare Staramon. These characters are used to kind of burn effectively to boost your characters. I selected my choice squad based on a number of reasons, not just their attributes and their strength and abilities and all that kind of stuff, but also their kind of elemental essence, if you like. If I go into the Echo here, you can see where you pull the characters. And each character has a different kind of elemental essence, and it's a rock, paper, scissors type deal. I'm going to get some more now. I've got 22 of the little discs that you need. You can see them up here, the gold records. Let's do the 10. I've got enough. I've got loads. And if you spin 10, so if you do it as like a bulk and you wait, then you'll be guaranteed to get 1 legendary when you do a pull. So it's kind of worth, rather than just like getting 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, just wait till you've got 10 and then bam, you'll get loads. Here they all come. So I can Ukichai, I can resonance him into 2. I've got 1 of her as well. I can double her up. Hello, David. All the god names and then David. What, Dave? Oh, this looks legendary. Who have we got? Oh, wow. So I've already got a kind of Egyptian-style god who's kind of an Anubis type character who I really liked, and I've swapped out of my team for now because statistically it works better. But I'm a big fan of his incredibly lethal finishing move. Let's go back to the story. This is the main thrust of it all and what you saw me playing earlier on. So I'm going to move straight up to here. And here you can see potential enemies I'm going to get and also my squad. You can choose a recommended formation. And that's now I've pulled those extra characters, it's decided that I could put Unki Chai in. which is interesting because I haven't used him yet. You know what? Let's try it. Let's do it. Unkichai needs leveling up, but we're going to throw him in and just see what happens. I want to see what his powers are, and let's see how badly I die because of this. Well, I've got my autopilot on. Let me turn that off and take control. So I've only got one wave here. You can see wave 1 of 1, so I'm going to go right in with my big powers. If you want to see what powers each of the characters has, you just need to long press on the buttons at the bottom of the screen. So if I long press here, you can see Ropes of Destiny. Grants attack up to the team for 2 turns. I will do that. Why not? Oh, he's sprinkling something. He's doing Catch Cradle as well. This is unique. This one's great. This has got a kind of lunar hail. It just basically fires arrows upon everybody on the screen. Very handy. Bang. Now you'll also notice that each of the characters or the enemies that I'm fighting, you can see their energy bars, but you can also see a little arrow next to them when it's my turn. That tells me whether I'm going to get a boost for attacking that character or whether that character has kind of got a natural resistance to me based on the elements. So yellow is a kind of neutral term, so I can pretty much just attack any of them here. Doesn't really make a difference. However, you can see 2 reds and a green. I want to attack the green one here because that means that that character is weak against me. And you can see that because my characters on their health bars, they've got that little, an orange circle or a pink circle with a little glyph in it, or an X here. An X is kind of a neutral sign. Let's just dive in here with a heart. I've got this Cupid character who fires hearts, literally killing with kindness, if you like. But it is important, as with all these kind of games, where you're, rather than them just being random characters and they're only used for attack, you need to structure it much more like a classic JRPG where you have tanks and healers and stuff like that, because if you don't have a healer in your squad, then you're probably going to suffer quite badly. Right, so Ukichai did quite well there. I'm gonna go home. I want to go into my espers. I want to find him and I want to stat him up a bit because he could use a little bit of a boost. I'm going to use him in the team. He needs a leveling. There he is. So let's have a look at his relic situation. Well, he's running low. Let's smash a relic in here. We're going to equip that immediately. We're going to smash another one in here. And yeah, bang. I should enhance them, but just for the time being, I'm equipping them dead quick. You as well, and equip. And you can see here, just by adding that, I'm getting plus damage, plus defense bonus. So you need to go in here and sort that stuff out. Let's go into advancements. You can now use these little guys down here that I've collected. I throw them in, and they grant me the power to level up my people. I'm going to chuck a load in, because my characters are a much higher level than he is. So let's do a massive upgrade. I've got tons of cash, I can absolutely afford it. Level 1 to level 14, let's see how those stats get boosted. That's significant. Right, now, he can have a place on my team without it being too much of a problem. It's suggesting that there's resonance. Can I resonate? I can. I want to combine. So I'll use the level 2 one to resonate, and hopefully we get an even bigger energy boost here as well. I didn't realize we had 2 Ukichais. Sweet! And I've got one of those little Experimons, or whichever mon it is. I think I can do the resonance again. However, let's head back in. Now, we're dealing with a character. Let's go to 4 of 7, which is a little bit more worthy. Let's go in here. There he is. Level 14. Now we're talking. Right. Let's do this. So I've got wave 1 of 2 here, so I don't want to waste all of my incredibly good attacks right off the bat. This one cools down for a couple of turns, but I'll use it now. That was actually pretty sweet. And we're going to go straight in here. I'm using sort of lesser end attacks because I want to save up all my massive, extremely powerful kind of area of effect stuff for the next round. Because that's when things tend to get a bit nasty. Ooh, that didn't really do much at all, did it? Yikes. This one has a slower cooldown, so I'm going to launch it at all of them. We're getting into the stages now where it's actually a little bit of work to kind of bring them down. However, of course, if you want to, you can dive in and... Oof, I'm going to do some healing here. You can choose to dive in and go back and replay earlier levels if you want to, and just, you know, get the grind on, and if you want to boost things up, you can. Let me go over... Actually, no, I kind of want to heal you again. Don't want anyone taken out on the first round. That'll be a real bummer. Let's launch the hearts at you. Now, that's pretty good. So we're going to go over here and get him to stomp. His attacks are not that... I'm not impressed by his just like single attack. It's not doing much for me. Li Ling, on the other hand, has a mighty... You really feel the boost of the legendary thing over there. It's quite impressive. Let's smash him down. That's not too bad. I'm obviously taking my time and working my way through this in a methodical fashion. That's how I do it. You can, when you put it on autopilot and then like times it by 3, the games just rattle by. And if you effectively want to go back and just grind stuff, you know, replay levels again, that's the time to set it to autopilot and let the computer do its own thing. Whereas when you're playing it for, you know, actual fun, best to... I personally prefer to take that off and actually treat it like it's an old-fashioned JRPG, because unlike those ones where they just, you know, attack one after the other automatically with no pauses, this has that old-fashioned turn-based thing. I can take as long as I want here. I'm not going to get penalized for it, which is much more like your Final Fantasies or Secrets of Manas or any of those kind of classic games that I grew up on and I quite like. Now, this game, as it stands at the minute, is currently sort of a soft launch-esque thing. It's going to be out on May the 13th, so... This is wave 1 of 2, isn't it? Yeah. Later this month, we can expect to see this one going live, probably just after this video goes live, I expect. So, if you want to get your hands on it, it'll be free to download. DISLYTE is the name. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.